Welcome everyone back to the channel. So today we are playing a game called Night Call. So I've read a little bit into this before downloading it. So I'm playing a taxi driver, a French taxi driver in Paris, who gets attacked and is left for dead by a serial killer. And the aim of this game is to pick up random people and try and find out who the murderer is. So it should be quite fun. So if you do enjoy it, remember to subscribe, show some love, and also let me know in the comment section below what other type of games you want to see on the channel. Right, let's jump into the video. We're here on the streets of Paris as the local taxi driver, robbing people for taking them 5 minutes and making them pay $50. Ooh. Night Call. This does actually seem like a really cool game, so I'm hoping it lives up to expectation. Doctor. Here? Sir, can you hear me? Or do I need to speak up? Fine. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault. The word resonates in your head. Victim? You are aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The judge. As the police call the killer assaulted you, the bullet touched your liver and in most circumstances it would have been fatal. You chose to put you into an induced... Her voice becomes more distant, fades. Your taste behind at the back of your mouth, your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to the wound. Underneath the bandages you can feel hard skin. It's incredibly painful. Did they? I'm sorry. Did they catch the judge? No. He was dead before you even got out your cab. The doctor is silent for a second, a very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived. The judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. Oh, I should have done a female voice. I thought it was a male doctor. I don't care. I'm not going to do a female voice, by the way. I don't care. He's the only witness. Another female voice joins in. A strong... I'm not doing another female voice there. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue. Some odd combination of the two. Before being in the hospital room, you've never realised that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger, a feeling you know all too well. Days go by and a month later. Ooh, night one. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Are you listening to me? You catch the boss eye in the rear view mirror. Let's go. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what goes on inside your head. You always seem so far away. I just want things to get back to normal, to clear my head, to stop thinking about it all. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know? I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet again. When my father died and left me in the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country. Let's let him go on. I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me to hire the guys from the neighbourhood. And that's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. His hands flutter in the air, though none of them are any match for you. He smiles, his voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in the taxi for weeks, maybe you do need a little refresher. Right then. Well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then you drive. He flashes a quick mechanical smile, you know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work, that's all. When you shift it over, we do the numbers and his voice trails off as he's searching for the right words. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Oh, right. No overtime. We're in France here. And there are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyway, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. The boss keeps quiet for a moment as he hesitates to speak, and then, I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. The murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back for you. Jesus, I hope not. He could have seen your face. The police are positive he didn't. He attacked from behind. I fell to the ground, then he took off. Silence, your eyes lock. He holds your gate. He wants to believe you, to be on your side. He looks away. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. Gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. It's good night. Same to you. Good luck. You'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers to wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about, taxis are coming and going. They all annoy you, consciously or unconsciously. You are branded. You sit there for a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you miss that feeling. It's back to night shift, back to life. Despite the attack, despite it all. Right, here we have it. So, we've got to decide, am I really supposed to be picking up a cat? Right. What the hell is this guy? I tell you what, I fancy picking up him. Actually, no. Let's go and pick this random one up. Okay. We need your kind of help. Ultra skaters distance. 3. Okay, I'm going to accept. Pull your cab up to the sidewalk and lean over. Your next passengers are in the dark alleyway just off the main. They are, how to put it, in disguise. As 4 superheroes in spandex suits stretched over their bodies, they remind you of a show from your childhood. Let's call to the... You roll down your window and call to the passengers. One of them, dressed in pink, looks up. He or she staggers over to the taxi and makes an attempt to poke his or her head through the window. The helmet bangs against the metal frame and they groan in surprise. You our driver? It's a he, and even with his helmet on, you can smell the stench of booze on his breath. Yeah. Turns around in his pink suit. Hey guys, hey. The rest of the group turns. It's our cab. A yip of joy comes from the alleyway. As 4 suited passengers get in the car, one after the other, the aroma of beer and piss wafts through the cab. Oh no. Okay man, I'll be brief. We lost Ultra Yellow. We don't know where she's hiding. One dressed in green starts screaming in the taxi, a deep male voice with a southern accent. We're drunk. Yeah, like we didn't know already. Yeah, Ultra Yellow, our pal, she was with us at the bar. We left and then poof, vanished. She poof. So we clearly have a problem. Clears his throat like it might be a technique for getting the alcohol out of the system quicker. Anyway, you could just drive around the neighbourhood slowly. She can't be far. The one in red's silent up until now raises his head. Yeah, dudes, yeah. We're going to look for her, we're going to find her, and we're going to get a drink because I'm thirsty. Aren't you dudes? A woman's voice or a teenager, you're not sure. Who's thirsty? Yay, fill the cab. Everyone seems up for a drink. Which is the section of the silent one, leaning against the window behind you. Yes, let's go. You start driving. Keep your eyes peeled, guys, okay? Ultra Pink is riddled with hiccups and acid reflux. So, where should we start? We're at... with Ultra Yellow, we were drinking there until they refused to keep serving us. Fucking Nazi hipsters. Bring it down a notch. No need to get so excited. Why don't we start there? Maybe she's at a hotel. Emptying the minibar, lucky duck. Oh yeah, not a bad idea. Well, she's in a little park where we went to drink mead. A sigh escapes from the red helmet. The beer was so cheap. It was called beer. Spelled wrong on the label and everything. But red is right. Ultra Yellow might be in the little park. What should we... Oh fuck, my stomach. Where shall we... let's go to the park. Let's go to the park it is. Maybe she's still there. I know, she was with us at the bar, right? I don't know anymore. They tell you how to find the park and they're talking about you. Start the car in the back. They spark up discussion centering on the following theme. Which country has the best price alcohol ratio? Pink and red vote for Bulgaria. Green shouts that the only right answer is Croatia. Ask for blue. As for blue, he hasn't said a word all evening. You start to worry. The park finally comes into silence. Silence fills the cab. I don't see anyone in this park here. You sure it's this one? Yeah, I recognise it. That's where I yacked up my insides. And yet you're still totally drunk, dude. I'm not that drunk. I'll prove it. I can remember my credit card number. 4434. You give out credit card number when you're drunk? No, never, except when I'm drunk. Does anyone have a fucking idea? Clear your throat. Yeah, the bar. Good idea. Yeah, maybe we could get a nice cold one while we're at it. No, we're going to look for Yellow. Plus, they don't want us in there anymore. Do I need to remind you of the scene you made? Someone whispers the address of the bar. It's not far. Start the car. But wait, guys. Wait, just one tiny second. Anyone check the trunk of the cab? Oh, come on. How could you be more drunk than I am? did you pop some pills in the toilet again, huh? No, man, no. You finally get to the bar and park where you can. Despite the time, the bar is still full of patrons are scattered across the sidewalk. Hey, look, over there. What? What do you see? Well, that's Ultra Yellow, isn't it? They all lean over except for Blue, try and make out the shape in the darkness. Oh, come on, that looks nothing like her. Honestly, you really need to stop drinking. I'm serious, you're making me thirsty, but I swear I thought it was her. I've had enough of him, I swear. No need to get upset, we'll find her eventually. We're never going to find her. Never, ever. Jesus, stop screaming already. The car totally smells like liquor now. You're such an ass. She might be at the hotel. Not a bad idea, you're the man. This guy's a genius. Yeah, the hotel, she might have already crashed. Maybe she hooked up with someone. Shit, yeah, okay, let's go. Hey, say, your friend there, is he okay? Discussion in the back of the cab comes to a halt. Who? Ultra Blue? Yeah, don't worry. He's silent drunk. He never stops talking, constantly running off at the mouth, but as soon as he starts drinking, nothing. He suddenly starts whispering. Not a single word. Yeah, and what he said, actually it's the only way to get him to shut up. We shouldn't, we're adults, we're responsible. Well, more or less responsible. His deep voice disintegrates into the low grumble. But anyway, he's just fine, aren't you, Ultra Blue? No answer. They aren't costumes. We're Ultra Warriors from the planet, from outer space. Yeah, stop your yelling for a second. They're for a bachelor party. Ultra Green's here. Our cherished friend. You won't be a virgin for much longer. Feels laughter come from the back seat. 5 seconds later, silence fills the cab. In the back, they are looking out the window just in case. There's an odd feeling in the air, like the last day of summer camp. Booze. A few minutes later, you pull up in front of the hotel. It's the kind of place that tries really hard to appeal classy. The flowers in the entryway are clearly artificial. Okay, so what's the plan? I'm going to ask if she's there and then... Hey dudes, look, she's right there. Sitting right on the sidewalk a few metres from the hotel, you finally capture a glimpse of Ultra Yellow. She's leaning over and seems completely drunk. The pink guy starts fumbling in his spandex pants. We're going to go take care of her. I think she needs us. Thanks for the help. Stop screaming, for fuck's sake. Your taxi was like an angel that fell out of the sky into a barrel of beer. Come on, get out. Everyone's had enough of your stinky breath. Just as you're pulling away from it, you smell an unpleasant smell. Turn around. Blue left a stain on the black seat. It's not really pee, nor is it vomit. It's... Oh, no. You glance outside. Your passengers are no longer in front of the hotel. Maybe they went inside. No. Right. Which one should we go for? Obviously, he looks like a murderer. But also, we've got... She looks a bit dodgy. He looks a bit sad. Let's go for the one that looks like a Eastern European serial killer. The plain St. Denis, please. Oh, that's a decent amount. Good evening. Plain St. Denis, please. He stops short, visibly sizing you up. Do you know where that is? You nod yes. Avenue des... I'm not going to say that. So you know the street? Yeah, sure. He looks at you intently. You know all the streets of Paris? His question drips with disbelief. You know his kind well, the sort who referred to you as the Arab and not bat an eyelid. Yes, I do, monsieur. He seems hesitant. Well then, let's go. You start the cab. Your client stares out the window as if hypnotised. You watch him in the rearview mirror. His face is familiar to you, his accent too, though you've never been able to place it. Typical of some rural region, central France perhaps. You take another look. That's it, you've got it. He was a contestant on one of those reality shows where farmers meet women. What? You see him on the show a few weeks before. You watched it from your hospital bed with a distracted eye. But something about it has bothered you. The show was a masquerade. Life in the country seems from a very Parisian and clinical perspective. Okay then, you figured out who I am. Sorry? You've recognised me, right? So you can make fun of me now. Make fun of you? He shrugs. Yeah, like all those other people do out there on that there Tweety thing. Tweety? It takes you a second to realise you're talking about social media. Yeah, well, go on, have a good laugh. It's free, right? Why shouldn't you? Have a good laugh at my expense. That's all I'm good for, right? His eyes meet yours. He goes on staring at you for a while and then seems to calm down. Sorry. Shakes his head, obviously moved. His shell is starting to crack. It's a living hell. Imagine what I'm going through. It's a nightmare. 3 months ago I was a contestant on that stupid show, Fields of Love. Well, I said yes, because my wife's been dead for 25 years. I've been all alone ever since. Just me and the cows and others. The show was aired like a month ago. At first, things were fine. Friends called, we had a good laugh and all. And then I find out the internet is laughing at me too. There are those things I can't remember what they're called. Mums, mams, mims, you know, those photos that move all by themselves on the damn internet. You have no idea what he's talking about. So I made myself a Tweety cat to go and see what they're saying about me. Calling me a virgin and a Nazi. That I scream my cows too. Oh Jesus. They practically die laughing. A farmer who... So yesterday I said, I've had it. I called my cousin to keep an eye on the farm and left for Paris. I'm on my way to see those TV jokers right now. 6 months ago they said if there was any problem whatsoever they'd take care of it. Well, there is a problem. What do you think they're going to do? What's your plan? Hell yeah, I have a plan. I'm going to show up at their offices and raise Cain until they listen to me. Yeah, that's the plan. And believe me, they're going to listen. I may be just a plain old farmer, but no one's going to disrespect me. He squares his shoulders as if to fend off the attackers. Forget it. At first, I told them I didn't want to be on their stupid old show. It wasn't for me. But they insisted. They showed me pictures of the women. He lowers his eyes. And then, well, I said yes. Should never have said yes. You park the cab and cut the engine. Is it closed? You nod yes. Doesn't open till 6. He points to a signpost near the gates. He sighs. There'll be hardly anyone here before 9 or 10. I don't care. I'll wait. He rummages through his pockets and pulls out his wallet. He gives you a curt nod, his lips poised. Ooh. You have discovered 2% of the Paris Dex. Lovely. Believe me. Oh, please go away, Mr. GamePass. Believe me, they're not going to get away with it. He fixes his gaze on you. His eyes narrow. You know, I'm not racist. His voice is low and raspy. Don't believe the show. I didn't mean what I said, and I didn't really say that stuff either. Yeah, well, they're media, they distort everything, they change things. Things are more, more. Searching for the right word, it's no use, his hands are shaking. Oh well. I'm not very good at this, I've been... Chokes up, gesturing with his hand as it's all disappear. When he starts up again, he's on the verge of tears. Anyway, I'll just wait here until it opens. Haha, what a mental guy. You notice a newspaper on the back seat. Left the passenger must have left it behind, or the one before. You grab it and pull it away. Could come in handy. Then you start the cab, it's back to the grind. Ooh, I got a nice 11 tip there. The door suddenly opens and the woman gets in your back seat. Having a good night? For a second you freeze. It's the one of the cops working on the judge's case. She grins at you, her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there. You know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks, I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, mulled it over, bugged all my fellow cops about it, because I was sure you lied to us. She whistles to cut you off. Hey, I'm talking. She has a cold sneer on her face. I'm going to be frank with you. She leans over to you. I don't think you're the judge. Nah, I just can't picture it. She squints like she's trying to make out you from far away. Like, you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself? Yeah, between us is a bit of a scratch. She stares at you. But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. She smirks. No, I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17. An icy chill fills your gut. And for murder too. You open your mouth but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile. But you're lying about your name and your address, I checked. It's normal, you'd say. If they get word of your time served, no loan for your permit, no lease for your car. Meaning no second chance at life. Her voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically I like guys who are willing to work for me. She leans forward, her shining cat-like eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with a first and last name with evidence. Actually, knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So, I'll give you info, victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... She makes a gagging noise. You have to be discreet, keep it between me and you. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. She shrugs. Don't worry, you're already keener than half the squad. And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up with a bow in the front of the station, okay? You're not Batman, you're just here to get me more information. Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days just to check in. We'll chat. I'll let you know if there's any new info. Don't get caught, don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like and I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. It takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you-know-who. That reminds me, she know you've done time? You shake your head, she snickers. Oh my little dirtbag, you cover your tracks well. Yeah, if you say so. She sighs in, tired. Don't try to mess with me, man. If things don't go well, I'll turn you in. I'll send your photo to all my friends in the media and every arsehole in Paris. Your picture with your name on it. Your real name. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They'll be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. You have no idea how intense things are with that fucker's trial in the way. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers, actually. Let me tell you, with that face of yours and your handle, they'll welcome you with open arms. I know we have no right. I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. I can't botch this case, you got me? Neither can you, right? Well, great then. We'll see eye to eye. So you can just say you're my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut. You saw your own insides. You were in a coma. Yeah, you've had plenty of reasons to want to get back at him. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumours, and you come up with a list of suspects. Oh right, and don't get fired. Without this cab, you're worth nothing to me. Puts her hand up and can clear the words behind it. This conversation never happened. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone. Obviously, not a word. Fucking bitch. He sits alone for a while. Shit. On the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit. Key in the ignition, motor running. Radio on, crackles, you turn it off and start driving. Talking to passengers might unlock new documents and clues for your investigation. You'll find them back at your studio after your shift. 6 clues discovered, available in your room. Ooh. So it's time to start investigating. Okay, so we're trying to build on the suspects. Okay, looks like... Okay, so let's have a look at killer case. Let's see this. Okay, new clue. Hold to investigate. Okay, so we don't literally have a look at things properly. Okay, so now we've got Claudia, death, execution, victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck, no sign of violence, time is up, crime scene. Okay, killer height. Killer's height, 1.80 m. So it's most likely going to be a man. 180, say, I want to say 5'11", maybe 6 foot. Weapons, rare gun, used in the 70s. So we're looking at a guy, it's most likely a man being that height. Message on the crime scene. Okay. Right. Okay, so we just need more. We need more evidence before we can start doing everything. You open one eye. Stretch slowly, it's already night time out. Getting up quickly. Okay, night 2. Right, so what is this? What's this eye? Are we saying that maybe the passenger enters your cab, slams the door and stares at you intently? Oh, so we got a woman here. I don't know yet. Although the real question is, how can you help yourself? Do we know each other? She gives a sour laugh. Don't play innocent with me. If I were to say to you, her voice is so, October the 27th, that's the date, the night of the attack, the night you... Could this woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. No, the attack took place later. Does that ring a bell? You nod your head. Yes, it does, miss. Don't you miss me. Not another word. She waggles an accusing finger at you. Last October 27th, you were in this very cab, driving a fare, and you committed a crime. That's right, sir, a crime. Listen, her voice. Believe me, you don't want to interrupt me. I spent the whole day working like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? She gives... Very funny, absolutely hilarious. Her voice is increasingly aggressive. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. O. Taxi driver. I correct mistakes that a bunch of moron journalists make. There isn't a single one, not one, who knows how to write a proper sentence. I've had it, really had it, and on the night of October the 27th, you cut me off. I almost died that night. She grinds her teeth. You should have. I crashed my car, my boyfriend's car, that is. The same guy who made yet another comment about women drivers. The neighbours called the police that night. I made such a scene. To think the guy dares call himself a feminist. Everything. The next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. I messed up a job interview with a major news outlet, a paper where people know how to write, where they follow basic rules of the French grammar. Imagine just for a minute, I could have stopped correcting copy for a bunch of morons. But all because of you, because of your cab, everything changed the night of October the 27th. My life has never been the same since. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to go live with my mother while I went apartment hunting in this rotten city where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. So I started looking for you. The back of the neck breaks into sweat. I started asking around. I bribed one of your colleagues into giving me your number. And then I found your address, your first one, that is. That's your business. What matters is I did eventually get your other address, the real one. At first, I admit I was planning on going to your place. Just maybe to spit in your face or something like that. And then I thought to myself, no, Ludovine, maybe the guy deserves a chance, you never know, so you're going to apologise. Go on, give it your all, take your time, take a deep breath. Like that. I'm sorry, but I don't remember that night. Not memorable enough, huh? No, I've forgotten what happened that night. She freezes. A few minutes after I met you, I was attacked. Attacked by the judge, the serial killer. It's you! You survived! Yeah. A host of conflicting feelings flicker across her face. Doubt, surprise, anger, the desire to slap you. Then she falls back against the car seat, all her anger somehow gone. I didn't know. The police wanted to keep it all a secret. I didn't see the killer's face, and he didn't see mine. For my own protection, for my peace of mind. Newspaper where I work, they're looking for you. We have a reporter looking for you. The last few months have been difficult for you. Really difficult. I'm still sorry. Even if I don't remember anything, even though I was attacked, it doesn't change anything about. Cheek packs a beer, the little radio next to your bed. Your passenger clears her throat. She notices your mind is elsewhere. Thanks. And her anger has evaporated. My boyfriend was a jerk anyway, and then this job, maybe it wasn't so great. She gives you a little smile. I tend to get all worked up about things. You'd noticed. And sometimes I take things a little too far. That too. In Paris, I guess we're quick to forget about being nice to each other, about being polite, and for a taxi driver, you're a real sweetheart. She gives a short laugh. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold to get my mind off things, and then when I get home, I'll destroy all the information I have on you. Is that okay with you? You nod yes. Thank you. She was a bit mental, wasn't she? So, wasted time on her. Right. Wasn't it? He was one of the people on my board, wasn't he? Okay. Make it snappier. So 34, that's not too bad. We'll accept that. He wants to talk about the serial killer, hey? Your passengers haven't either. He's looking at himself in the rearview mirror. His lips part and he runs his tongue over his teeth. Nothing's stuck in my teeth, right? You shake your head no. You're wondering why I'm going to the airport, aren't you? Yes. I could tell you were curious. I'll tell you, but it's a secret. Women today are too smart for us men. Too smart. They're onto us the minute we try to hit on them. There are dozens of books on how to get lucky, on how to score, but they all make the same big mistakes. Do you know what the mistake I'm talking about is? You probably haven't read the right ones. Let me clarify. All those books about hitting on women never tell you where the best hunting grounds are. Airports. It's brilliant, right? Women at airports are lonely, emotional, and available. On the streets, they're always in a hurry, don't have time. At the movies or in museums, they don't want to be disturbed. But at the airport, it's me or it's that funny smelling cab. Sorry, I don't smell anything. Personally, I prefer older women. Single mums who are at the airport to pick up or send their kids to their exes. They're waiting at the unaccompanied minors counter to get information about a late flight or a gate change. I walk over to the counter, look at the flight information, pretend to be worried. My sister, I say, I'm waiting for my little sister. She's never been to Paris before. I'm going to take her to La Ville. She wants to work in fashion someday. She's already very talented. I hope everything is okay, that she has a good flight. She means the world to me. She's my half-sister, but I love her like a sister. The half-sister line, it works every time. Divorced parents, remarried. every time. Okay, let's keep him talking. Word of advice though, you have to get there early. Make a day of it. Keep an eye on the domestic flights, the delays, the companies. It requires a little preparation, but I usually go home with 20, even 30 numbers. Oh my gosh. What is this, man? In 6 hours? Not bad, eh? Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a personal question? No, of course not. Not at all. Anything to help you understand my game plan? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at. Well, you're rather attractive physically. And is it really necessary to go to all that trouble to pick up women? Don't like women like you? Don't women like you? That's beside the point. It's more efficient, more productive. I go on to make twice a week and end up with dates for several weeks. And it's also a lot easier. It's less, how should I put it, personal. I know it won't ever get serious in that, and that's what I'm looking for. Do you see what I mean? Let's just nod our head. I'm telling you, you should take my advice. It's a piece of cake. You just need to come up with a good line or two. They'll all fall for it. It's really bizarre, the smell of shit. It seems to be following me wherever I go. He walks away. Under the sole of his right foot you catch sight of a large dark brown spot. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. Oh, he didn't tip me very well. Bastard. Right. So what have we got here? What have we got? Ooh. Can I tell you something? I feel like we should drive up here. Ooh, a fire truck flies down across the street in front of you. It looks like a red meteor. Oh, huh. I just realised that we do need to get... We've got half a tank's worth of gas. So let's see who this is. You park a few streets away from the Argentinian embassy. You wait there for your contact. You sigh. It seems so odd to have a contact, so excessive. The guy is one of your regular poker buddies, a night watchman at the embassy. You get out your taxi and walk towards the big metal gate. Clean lines, early 20th century, maybe, lots of iron. The gate opens and someone moves towards you. They indicate you should follow them. The person's face is hidden by an oversized hoodie. Your heart starts beating faster. What if it was? Walk into a narrow covered passageway, probably the entrance to a parking garage. The man turns around and lights up a cigarette. He looks very young, very young. That would be €250. Yeah, for the intel, he laughs. What do you think this was? A date? You want information on Grodishka? I got information. It'll cost you $250. So what would it be? Hand in front of the chest, his accent becomes stronger. No, it's €250 or nothing. If someone learns I've fished around, they'll fire me on the spot. For some reason I don't know why you would pay in this, but let's do it. For that price you hope the intel's good, you pay. Listen up, because I'm not going to say it twice. It's definitely a colonel from the Gunter, one of the few who wasn't arrested and put on trial. Responsible for the torturing dozen of political opponents, he tortured and killed them. You know, we don't like him much here. But the rich Argentinians in Paris love him. They really respect him. The difference doesn't seem important to him. Yeah, it makes you happy. He looks back at you. There's one last thing. I read in the newspaper that the killer wrote a message in chalk. Time's up. It was a slogan at the end of the gun tap. A sort of watchword from the opponents. It was time for them to go. You get it? You nod. A second later, you're back in your taxi with a hole in your wallet with new information on one of your victims. If you follow this lead, maybe your investigation will move forward. You start the car and get back to your shift. Right. Now we need to go and... Right, what do we have? Do we have anything else here anymore? No. So we can... He looks... I'm going to go for the older fella. So we need to earn back 250. Right, that's not too bad, I think, yeah. Oh, okay, so this guy is not a Parisian. It smells like... No, it's even worse. It's like every single fibre of his Santa suit has been soaking in a cake. Oh, it's Santa. Come on, dash away. 96% brandy. I parked somewhere near the Champs-Élysées. Oh, on shit. The name of the street is Impasse. It'll come back to me. Go ahead, drive. You start driving and silently wonder how to ask your passenger if he has enough money to cover the fare. Glance back at your passenger. Christmas is over, so why is he still dressed up? Turns to look at you, wide eyes. Suit? Well, yeah, the Santa suit. Silence, more silence. Is he so drunk he doesn't realise he's still wearing the costume? This is no costume, kid. This is what I wear to work. Just like you know. Points at his clothes. You don't like that. You don't dress like that in real life, do you now? I'm messing with you, kid. He lowers his voice. He's confiding in you. After working my ass off all year long, I like to hit my favourite pubs. Oh. I get monumentally wasted. Here, in Paris, there's a bunch of bistros. Perfect for just such an occasion. No one talks to you and they have white wine so dry it eats away at the inside of your mouth. And so many different types of brandy. Pear brandy, cognac. And sometimes I order just one eeny weeny beer to cleanse the palate. Okay, it's usually not one of them fancy microbrews there. He jumps. Whoops, but don't tell anyone, okay? Just imagine if people found out Santa Claus thought the beer here tasted like piss. Anyway, you can't say anything anymore. Honestly, with all the trouble I go to, people should just leave me the fuck alone. All those fair weather activists, they still want their little snout-nosed miracles to get the latest stupid toy. Oh hey, speaking of snot-nosed kids, what is it with this manure pile of a new generation? 50 years back, you could give a kid a book and he'll go on about it for the whole life, all starry-eyed. But today, little whiners, what's an eyesore? Fucking hell. They want to have it all, but they don't like anything. They all have GSMs when they're 8. Those fiends cost a whole month's wage. How can you possibly make them happy after that? How? At least you're honest enough to say you don't know, and I appreciate your honesty. You want me to tell you what they really want? What kids these days want are machine guns and dolls whose hair you can fix. Speaking of which, both girls and boys like those dolls with hair you can fix. Back when I still made toys for kids, I can tell you they couldn't care less about them. Couldn't give a damn. They just wanted to have fun, play, laugh and forget about their parents, that their parents were losers. Fuck, that's the real problem, I'm telling you. Parents are losers, idiots. Putting kids into this world, those guys haven't got a clue. Am I right or am I right? I mean, have you seen the state of the ice cap these days? Have you, huh? Because there's not much of it left. Now, I can't say it's all bad. I don't have as many polar bears coming into my yard. Damn nasty beasts, vicious, mean. I'm not sad to be rid of them. Before, things were different. Shit, I can't talk about the past without crying like a little girl. No need to stare. I remember you, you know. To tell the truth, I remember everyone, every single person. You were an angry one. So terribly angry. And your letters, your handwriting, holy fuck, they were the hell to cipher. Don't worry though, the owls handle all that for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have time to do nothing. Yeah, you were just furious. It's like someone punched you in the stomach. Your brother was giving you hell. Man, what an... Yeah, anyway, let's talk about something else. You can't forget the pain. You jump when your passenger suddenly starts talking again. Wait, I think we're almost there. Slow it down a bit, kid. Searches outside for... My car? Burst out laughing. Yeah, right, I work out of a convertible. Roof open and everything. It shouldn't be hard to spot. There's a sleigh and a couple half dozen reindeer. I'm sure it's like in an alleyway somewhere. Oh right, over there, turn right. You're baying up the street. A few metres down your passenger sniffles a yelp. Oh shit, it's right here. Drive around the block. Turn back around. Turn again in back. Your passenger is mumbling. I'm going to have to get one of those thingamajigs, GPSs. It will help me find my sleigh more easily. Kid, sorry about before. I didn't mean, you know, to bring up any sore points. Haze is fair. Watch your back, kid. I'm just going to drive away. I really do not... I don't really care about Santa. I'm trying to find a killer here. It's just... I hope he did pay me. Okay, Santa gave me €2.45 tip. It's not the greatest, is it? It could be better. Right. Okay. I have picked up a few females actually. Okay, this guy was... Ooh. Oh no, we've already done that. Let's just check there's no... Okay, so this guy was already one of the people I was supposed to pick up the last time, so let's go and find out. Decent, $28, €28, sorry. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Come in handy. If you're falling asleep, you need a bit of music to keep you awake. I'm going to ask the passenger. Who cares? So we've got him snoring in the back. Okay, classical music again, we don't want that. Electronic music, stop. You lift your hand from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn up so I can hear better. Wasn't sleeping, just sobering up. Everyone's drunk in Paris. Leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear the touch of an accent, probably American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. I bet. The song is coming to an end and the announcer in a piercing foghorn voice throws out the name of a DJ you've never heard before. DJ Blunt. I knew it. Yeah, it's a good product. It's pretty conventional structured, but it's super popular. Still, I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at the party at the Rex Club, there was this kid who started buying me rounds. A kid no older than 17. I thought he was hitting on me. He would have been disappointed. No, he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him, no, but you can watch. And that's exactly what he did every week until he moved to Osiris. He sold eggs to pay his way in. And now he's on the radio. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener for the soccer championship at Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. If only they knew. We ran into each other in Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. You almost jump at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club, yeah, really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio, can it take a flash drive? Glad you're right. You don't really know what he's talking about. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. So he's going to play some music for us. People were barely dancing. They were talking, taking each other's pictures. 4 notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. All that is over. At least I got people dancing. So we've reached our destination. I thought this would be a more interesting passenger, but it seems he's just an old DJ. Thanks, I hope you liked it. Didn't like it, it was rubbish music. I should have been in the spotlight, you see. 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of. Those whiskey ranges really screw with my system. Okay, he's gone home. Okay, come on. What? A tip of 0.43 euro cent or whatever they call it. That's awful. That's just embarrassing. That's not even a tip. Right, what is that? That's a blinking monkey. Right. Who do I want? I'm gonna go for this one. I feel like we need a female character. They seem to be more, I don't know, interesting, the female characters on this game. They seem to be quite angry and not very happy with me either. Oh, what's all this stuttering? Okay, not bad, seems decent. How can she be a suspect? She gives you her address and you start driving. South American maybe. A few seconds go by and she still hasn't taken so much as a look at you. Everything okay? She almost jumps out of the seat and looks like she wants to disappear. Yes, everything is fine. That accent again, the one you can't place. Where's your accent from? My accent? She raised her head, surprised by your question. Argentina. It may be breathtaking. Yes, it's quite beautiful. She takes a pause. Although it's been years since I've been back. Why? That's a shame. Let's ask why. I prefer France. Don't look surprised, it's complicated. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there was a dictatorship in Argentina. It's dictatorship in every blinking South American country. There was a military junta. My parents died. I don't think I could go back. France is just fine. It's a beautiful country. France welcomed a great deal of South Americans in the 70s. Argentinians, Chileans, Bolivians. I had no idea. No problem, it was a long time ago. 20, 30 years ago. It's in the past. It's over. She pauses, like it never happened. She grows teary-eyed. It's something... I sometimes wonder myself if... A second goes by slowly, very slowly. Then the meteor explodes. The passion breaks down. Oh my gosh. Are you okay? Between sobs you hear her say something. Give me a minute. Please. Without a word and without the slightest noise you slow down. The road passes by slowly in no hurry. She sits up. Can I ask you something? Yes, you can. Please, ask me. This may seem like a ridiculous question, or at least a stupid one. Actually, it's completely stupid. But, come on, I'd like you to hit on me. What? I mean, not for real, just for play. Like we're at a bar, like you want to buy me a drink. Okay, hello, would you like a drink? I don't think Mr. Taxi Driver has any game. Forget it, it's stupid, totally stupid. Accept. We're gonna accept. We're a smooth taxi driver. Really? Yes, well, we cannot deny a nice Argentinian woman. You don't mind, I thought you would refuse. I just have a few rules, if you don't mind. Jesus, rules. First, I don't want to talk about Argentina, my home, my parents. Avoid the subject. She pauses. Does that work for you? You nod. Good. Second, I don't want to talk about work. I'm a medical examiner. Do you know what that is? Yes. I cut open dead bodies. I take out bullets, tumours, I don't know how to say that word, filled livers. At first, people are always fascinated, but then quickly get disgusted. So nothing about work. Oh no, let's start. If you're ready, you nod. We're in a bar. It's not very late. Not very late, but we're the only ones there. I'm alone at the bar, finishing a drink. I get up to leave. Please, go ahead. Hissing on the passenger, this is definitely a first. You've got to find a good line, something that will set the tone. Romantic. We're a romantic Parisian taxi driver. Romantic line. Nice evening, isn't it? Hello. Yes, very nice. And it's only just beginning. Ooh. I was thinking the same. I love staying in bars late at night until closing. Seeing people make themselves leave. Some have to force themselves, others surrender. It's an odd mix. She sits up a little and points to the imaginary bar next to her. Buy me a drink? Of course. How about a little game? You look like a kind of game. Guy who drinks cocktails. Oh, yes I am. I am a guy who drinks cocktails. Something sweet. I could be wrong, but... And what about me? What is my kind of drink? You look like the type... Maybe a Stella Artois. Something sweet. Your answer makes her smile. Because I'm a woman. You want something soft, comforting. She opens her eyes wide. Aren't you good at this game? She stares at you. Something about her posture in the back seat is different. Don't you think time goes by too slowly? I do. We wait, we hold on, we get bored. It's like it all go too faster, for things to speed up. She relaxes, giggles. She's letting go. She looks at you. Expected. You are very beautiful. I like the way you laugh. What do you do for it? Don't talk about a job. Hey, what do you do for your living? Oh, you look like the type who cuts up bodies. I like the way you laugh. Let's go for the beautiful. She jumps with surprise. Ooh, you think so? And yet, she looks at herself. You understand she's no longer playing. Oh, I swear, I'm sorry if... No. She attempts to use her voice to gain control of her body. Thank you. I think I needed to hear that. You flash her. A smile settles upon her face. Thank you. You were perfect, unusually kind. She nods slowly. A few charming words. I think I got what I wanted. It's strange. What's that? There's something different about you. You're not like other men, as if... Don't refuse it, please. It means something to me. I hope to run into you again. You shiver. One last smile. Goodbye. She gets out of the cab. You watch her until she disappears into her building. €7 tip. Not bad. It's not really something I would refuse. I thought I was going to be getting like €20 plus, but apparently not. Right, I could fill up, or oh, you know more about your clients. Check the start balance, profits. Okay. You confessed you were one of the killer's victims. Interesting. At the foot of your door, just behind a drain pipe, you notice an envelope. Ooh. So we've got... Okay, so it must be the detective. Okay, you lay them on the table. So we've discovered 4 new clues. Let's... Okay, so we've got 4 new. So we've got a police report of... So what's this? Crime scene. Okay, so... Oh. We've got that. Not enough time given by Busson. Okay. So right, victim 4 is responsible. Height. Claudio. Height. So she can't be. Escaped from Argentina, lost her parents. Cop. 1-6. We haven't picked him up yet. Killer's height. A homeless man with an unknown background. Briefly worked for. Okay. Interesting. So we've got okay. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be moving these around. So we can't. So everyone's under. She's pretty tall. Oh, it's... Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's less than 180. So yeah, so all these are... So we'll put that here. Okay, weapon... Right, let's end the night. With a heavy hand you wipe your tired face. You pull open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. Oh, we haven't got a sofa bed, have we? That's not great. So we're having a little cigarette before taking a little nap. And then we go again. You open one eye. It's pitch black outside, time for work. Getting up quickly. Putting up the sofa bed. We're out of our studio and we're off. So we've got 2 eyes. Ooh. Let's go for the shorter distance one. Yeah, let's go for this one first. Luckily we haven't actually needed to go fill up. From outside, the gun store looks like another shop, a plain discreet front window sliding doors. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives and even grenades. Damn. As you walk up to the counter you hear the distant noise of a gunshot under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Can I help you? Ah, it's you. It's been ages. Come closer. I have a question about a weapon. You slide the photo of a shell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Where's the photo from? She's been doing this for years and you doubt you can pull one over on her. And how did you end up? I'm a private investigator now. On top of a drive in the cab. Although with the disruptive economy we're living in, it's not surprising you have to work 2 jobs. Give that to me. So she's looking at the photo of the gun. It's the bullet. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell is in perfect shape and you told me the bullets are also completely clean. But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidational stains and her voice grows darker, all of a sudden like something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. In light of what you told me, I'd say it belongs to a cop or a soldier. It could be a family weapon. If it was a police service weapon in the 1970s, either a cop held on to it or the guy you're looking for inherited it. That judge there, he's a pro. Raise your head to meet her gaze. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women shoot. And I give you classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab. Glancing back at the shop. So, this is interesting now. So it's a 1970s weapon. Right. We've got one more clue here. Do we go for it straight away or do we pick up a character? I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and go and pick up a character. I feel like we might need to get, if we get a bit more evidence, we might be able to hit it with a bit more sort of questions. Okay, you don't need to sleep. You raise your head and you see yourself in the back of the seat. Damn. Yeah, I look like shit, I know. No surprising considering all the crap I eat, right? He smirks, or maybe it's just a smile, you can't quite tell. I've just got one thing to say. It won't take too long. You'll be able to get back to defending the weak and the poor right after. And maybe clean up your reputation and that pretty face of yours. It occurred to me. Since your wife left you, you haven't gotten laid, have you? That must be hard on morale, huh? I mean, there were opportunities. There was Cynthia, that's her name, the nurse who changed your bag of piss. Oh gosh. Let's out the snicker. Well, that chick you never called back. What was her name again? Julie. Exactly. He smiles. Julie. Julie. Pretty Julie. When was it? 5 months back? 6 maybe? Something like that. A passenger, a smile, number swapped in the taxi, a coffee, a hair cut a bit too short. But you're into short hair, aren't you? Ooh, really? You like it when they look like dudes though? Ooh. Calm down, I was just kidding. Okay, he's not gay. So that would have been a clue. So why didn't you call her back? Julie, she left your messages. The last syllable hangs in the air. She wanted to see you again. Julie. The last syllable shimmers. She wanted to keep conversing with you. Julie. She scared me. He smacks his thigh. There it is. She scared you. Because he is waiting for you to answer, but you can't get the words out. Because that Julie, she was smarter than you. Because she knew she was going to talk about shit you wouldn't understand. Because you're too stupid. His posture shifts, it's almost impeccable, but it's like he is melting into the back seat. You're too stupid. You lose your temper. You turn around to scream at him. Just shut the fuck up already. He's vanished. I'm back alone in the cab. Truck passes me. Okay, so right, going off. So I didn't pick up the old fella. Interesting. Right, let's go on. Let's just go for it. Let's go for our clue. There's at your cab as it goes by. Ooh. You park your taxi across from the stadium, just some meters from the 2-story building. It's an old brick place that clashes with the huge concrete. You get out of the car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes, lights come on, and your door finally opens. Marco, he's a former taxi driver, strange guy. Well, shit, you're still alive. That's Marco, you like him. I mean, wow, so nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife. Oh my gosh. Come in, you want something to drink? Alright, you stop drinking. Cup of coffee? Let's get a cup of coffee. So he's serving us a cup of coffee. So, what you been up to? I've got some questions for you. Shakes his head. No, not yet, man. Seriously, no. The last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You had no choice, you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his head between his shoulders. He starts to beg. I'm telling you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I get to take care of a stadium that's empty 75% of the time. I need information on Ronan. Why am I saying that wrong? Ronan, the coach that got killed by the judge. That very one. He was a great guy. Everyone's tore up about it. Spit it out. There were rumours. Some parents heard he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get my drift, but no one ever looked into it. Ooh, well, it's good he's dead then. I don't know nothing. A few months ago, Ronan cornered a kid, like by the showers, you know what I mean. The kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. The kid's parents weren't sure whether they'd file a complaint. The club's director brought Ronan in and bam, 2 days later he was murdered. Who else knows this? About the kid, no one I think. Well, maybe just some other parents, dunno. You get up. One last thing. Give him the name of the victims. Give him the names of your suspects. Let's give him the name. He doesn't react until you mention Charles. Oh yeah, him. I know him. I mean, everyone knows him, right? Right-wing extremist son of a bitch. Hold on, what are you doing these days? Can't say. Damn it, I'm going to get fired. Easy. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Don't worry. Yeah, I've heard that before. FSU noise comes from the TV. Okay, I've got to run. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. Door key, motor pairing, you get back to work. Okay. So there's not really much. Oh, right at the top. Flashing. Let's head to this location. This car's quite good on petrol. €9.81. Go on then, Salim. Ooh, his face has been plastered all over the news. Okay, he's a lawyer. A lawyer who's representing a terrorist. Okay, so he's giving me the address. Everything alright? Yes. Why did he say that to the cops? He's not taking this seriously. He doesn't get it. Idiot. There again. He says it again. Is he contradicting himself or just... You sure everything alright? You see him start to break. I can't take it anymore. He takes a deep breath. This guy is a real arsehole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. I've never seen such a moronic defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? You know what it's like to get only 3 hours of sleep a night so you can defend a fucking moron? Do you have any idea? He yells so loudly the windows shake. Yeah, of course I'm talking about him. Who else? Who else could I possibly be talking about? You've seen my face in the magazines or the papers, right? That's me, the terrorist's best friend, a traitor to his country. Jesus effing Christ already. Jesus. I'm the one who agreed to it. I actually fought to represent him. It's my own damn fault I'm being dragged through the mud. Yeah, I admit it, at first I thought it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking my opinion about everything. I shook so many hands, said so many words, sentences, yet I actually said nothing. When I worked in the hood, not a single person cared about my work. And now, in 5 hours, have to be on radio, in 7 on TV. I don't even know what that means anymore. Actually, it's simple. I'm always never asleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence in my head. It's barbaric, disgusting, so horrific, it's almost unreal. And then I discover my clients brought nails. The nails, they were in the bombs at the corner market, and he kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt. Folded it in half and slipped it into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and a receipt for €2 worth of nails. Why? Why, for God's sake? He thought he could expense it when he got to heaven. So stupid and so dangerous. He disgusts me. He revolts me. Because everyone has the right to an attorney, everyone without exception. Otherwise justice is no longer that just. When I signed on, I thought I'd be representing someone crazy, and I found out he's just a moron who played too many video games. The guy has never even read the holy book, they just justify their so-called acts and martyrdom. He read a few passages online. Passages online? Do you have any idea what a complete moron he is? I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry, I shouldn't have said all that. I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. All the other lawyers avoid me like the plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this, she's so ashamed. She went back to Algeria. I get the shame. What I don't get is what people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. He's a terrorist. Yes, and that's why we need to do more, to prove to all these extremists, these terrorists, that we're better than them. That alone keeps me going, because let me be frank with you. He could hang him right there, right now. No one, I'm telling you, would shed a tear. That's why I keep doing this. For equality, our country was founded on it. These rights have been abused far too often for me to look the other way. The taxi has almost reached its destination. I need to be reminded of this. This will serve as a lesson. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if. No, forget it. Ooh, come on. Wait, don't take this the wrong way, but hands you another bill. Here, this is for you, for listening, for hearing what I had to say. Oh, cheers. You slide the bill into your pocket. Oh. Do I for a second, one tiny second you hesitate. It could be something important. This is tough. Do we want to not say anything, maybe get some evidence? He's a nice guy, he's slipped us some money. But he's defending a terrorist. I don't care. Let's say nothing. Gets out of the taxi and turn around to wave at you before entering. Turn around, grab the envelope. Ooh, it's given me 20 euros plus profits. Right, let's have a look and see if there's anything interesting around. No. So what do we want to do? He looks like a dodgy fella. He does as well. I'm gonna go for the older guy. I feel there's. What is that cat doing? Why are you supposed to be taking a cat? Okay, 5. Yeah, let's take it. Ooh, we recognise him. Oh, it's on the TV. Okay, so he's given. Are you bothered by all these protest marches? His question washes over you. I work nights. See? There's not much chance they'll come to protest at 3 AM, eh? It's not really surprising, actually. They want to make change, but only when it's convenient. Not during vacations, not on weekends, not at night. They make fun of us in other countries. France, the land of strikes, the land of protest marches. This country is filled with jackasses, slackers and simpletons. What do you mean by that? I mean, they take the bus or the trains to protest. Well, yes, they certainly do like to protest. But actually most of the people on strike just stay at home and don't work. Take the United States for example. They have no right to strike. It's do or die. And they didn't become the most powerful country in the world by going on strike all the time. Strike, protest, unrest. While businessmen and manufacturers are working around the clock. French people should be ashamed. Take a look in the mirror, decide to change, to do something. They expect too much from life. They want to have their cake and eat it too, and bite off more than they can chew. And meanwhile, the world keeps turning. While the strikers twiddles their thumb, workers are working. No, struggling. To get the job done, that's better. Idiotic protest marches. The Frenchest thing and the stupidest. We have to look the masses in the eye. You do not own the streets. You shall not wield them like weapons. Are you okay? I just remember that. I once marched. It just came back to me like an old childhood memory. I can see it clearly. I can picture the banners, the songs, the people's faces. There were so many of us. We got up at dawn, thousands of us, and we marched towards the capital. Our pure and wholesome voices rose up. It was a cry from the heart of the right for high quality religious education while France was being crushed by the weight of socialism. We were being ideologically purged, created, decimated. It was the end. The end of our culture as we knew it. Did you win? Yes, we won. His forehead pitches forward as if his head was too heavy. We weren't being heard. We weren't being respected. Perhaps you were right. But we didn't go on strike. We didn't bother anyone with our banners or our gatherings. And yet, we still win. Those were the days. It was a great time. The left were running the country. He leans in towards you. And I mean the real left, eh? Pays and get out to the car. What a lovely night. Good luck to you tomorrow with all these protest marches. It's going to be a messy one. He's gone before you have time to remind him you only work nights. Yeah. Notice the newspaper on the back seat. Ah, so he's left the newspaper, eh? This could come in handy. No tip. What a bastard. No tip. Well, I regret picking him up. Right, I'm going to fill up just in case. Okay, let's enter. So we're entering the mini mark. Right, let's say cash. What the hell? Talk with the clerk. New clue. Ooh. So we already got a newspaper, so we don't really need it. I just wanted to fill up my car. Okay, fill the tank. If we fill it up all the way, that's alright. Nice. Okay, so we filled it up, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. Right, so I am getting quite annoyed about this cat. If I got any other sort of interesting... This guy looks quite interesting. I think I pick up him and then I pick up a woman next. Like I said before, I think the women are... Well-dressed man stares at your cab as it goes by. When he realises you're not the one he ordered, he looks away. Oh. Yeah, I feel like the women are actually... I need to go for a drive. Decent amount, 30. Okay. So he's a sad passenger. I just want to go for a drive. How about the Walls de Vincennes? Okay. So let's see. My name is Julian Paz. I'm a computer scientist and you'll be hearing about me in the next couple of days. Ooh. Do you want to see a doctor? His phone starts. He looks down but it doesn't move. My parents. Something's up. He sighs. I have just released over 30 years of police records. The words burst from him in angry rush. 30 years of secret files, of wheeling and dealing, of violence and corruption. 30 years of money, mine and yours, used to cover it all up. Well, not anymore. It's all over now. Nothing will ever be the same. Why? Because I had to. His voice breaks. Basically. So he's a little hacker. 2 years ago, my team and I started digitalising police archives, and there was a bunch of pretty sensitive stuff in there. My boss wanted to inform our superiors to let them know that some of the documents were highly sensitive, but I convinced him not to say anything, not to do anything. Last month he retired. I took over from him, and I started contacting NGOs, independent organisations, journalist. I gave them access to tons of data. This is the land of human rights, isn't it? My grandparents fled fascism under Franco. Oh, Franco. Spain. So he's Spanish. And if they chose to come here to France, it was for that reason. I owe it to them. There were files, entire files on fascist pigs in uniforms, on how they helped the militaries, how they armed certain splinter groups in order to control the anarchists, the students and the ultra-globalists. There were over files on how 25 years of scheming kept the police commissioner in office despite his neo-Nazi buddies. When I saw all that, I said enough. I don't know how they let all of that get into my hands, to tell you the truth. There were whole boxes of testimonies and reports. There is a slight change in his tone of voice. Somebody had to do something. Fuck, man, fucking shit. I lost everything. I really blew it. Thank you, but I need to be left alone. So. Okay, so are you trying to remember my face so you'll be able to recognise me on TV? No, they say TV distorts faces, that it softens the lines, the noses. That noses look thinner. I don't know if that's true. Well, find out when they drag me through the mud. Can I ask you something? Yes. I'm investigating the judge. Why are you doing that? His November victim was one of my clients. I heard about a witness. It's you. You nod. If I could see the files... Oh. If I could see the files you're talking about, you're trying to catch him by yourself. Let's lie. If I must, yeah. It's crazy. To be that brave, to go after that guy. Were you afraid? What do you mean? When he attacked you, were you afraid? Not all the time, it happened too fast. He nods. Well, okay, I'll help you. Not word to the police, it'll be better for both of us. Thank you. Wait until we see what we uncover. Ooh, I can't promise you anything, but I'll take a look. How can I get the information to you if I come up with something? Leave anything you find for me at the Fleet Garage. Can we trust them? You nod. Yes, entirely. Staring at you. Take my word for it. Fine. Okay, we're getting close. Where should I drop you off? There's a cafe on the boulevard, near the park entrance. Near the chateau. Okay, I know it. I want to see the sun come up. The castle, it's so big and so empty. Can you imagine everything that could be put in there, hidden in there? So this has been a good... Ooh, keep the change. So we got a bit of a tip. And don't forget my face, please. Keep it etched in your memory. I'm afraid of forgetting it myself. Ooh. Sintra, he's been a good one. That was a good one. A good pickup. 6.634 euros. I don't know why I keep saying it wrong. So decent profit. We needed that. Okay. Ooh, we've got this down here. He's flashing. Let's pick up this ombre. Hey pal, can you help me out? Where do I know that name from? Is he... No. Okay, we'll pick him up. Not the greatest fare feel like we could have got a bit more. Let's see if we can get a tip. Okay, so he's a homeless man. Hey buddy, what's up, pup? Okay, pretty cold tonight, right? Hey, aren't you cold with your ass stuck to that car seat of yours? That's what I thought. You can't fool me. I know a cold guy when I see one, huh? I got a place to stay in Passy. Anyway, you can give me a lift. Sure, of course. Great, mate. That way we stay nice and warm. In the 15 years I've been on the street, it's never been this cold, I swear. You know some guys aren't going to make it. Shit. That's how it goes for us, yes. But you know, I'm used to it, even before. Sure, I don't think I've ever told you. When I was a kid, I was never cold. Old. Never. A weird, easy break. One time my mother dragged me to Perinnis during vacation. Don't know how to say that one, sorry. Didn't know what the hell to do with me. Liked to drink, you see. At the first night we were there, broke the bottle of gin she'd brought along. Should have seen her. Threw a fit. Shit. She gave me a thrashing, but I gave as good as I got. That's how we used to talk back then. She ended up dragging me by my pants and locking me out on the balcony. Icicles were hanging from my eaves. It had snowed the day before, sure. I sat there for an hour, arms crossed with a cardigan on my back, Mac, and underpants on my arse. I didn't budge. She was storming around the apartment. My old lady was yelling at me, but I didn't hear nothing. And well, the cold didn't get me, see? Felt nothing at all, nah. Wish I could say the same today. Well, it got dark. Let me in. She let me in, did. She was furious all week. It was the last time we went on vacation together. After that she died. Number up, yep. I used to tell my buddy Seb that story all the time, you know. The tall black guy who used to hang around with me. Yeah? Well, he really loved that story. He asked me to tell it to him over and over again. But I think what he really loved was hearing me talk about my old lady. You know what I mean? Doesn't make us any younger, eh? Fuck, the last time I was here, there was a protest out front. A bunch of guys from the neighbourhood who didn't want us to squat the place. They were yelling their heads off, sounded like a bunch of goddamn sailors. Yeah, sailors. So I guess even those rich dudes have balls. Thanks man, I know I can count on you. Good luck. He rubs his hands together. Okay, so I've made a loss there. Right. Let's see if I've got anything interest. Oh, I think that's my... So I've met... Okay. So I've made a good loss. So I met Selim. Stole his documents. Why do I keep making a loss? Right, back to the apartment we go. You open the front door and your foot hits something. An envelope. Ooh. Okay, so we've got a new envelope. Okay. What have we got here? Stolen from Salim. Let's open this. So we've got Simon Florentin. Not enough time. Okay, so we've got Simon Florentin. Wasn't that the guy we just picked him up? Okay. So we need to Salim. Investigating the first 3 victims. Victim 2 killed an Algerian man. Never arrested. Never arrested. Rare gun use. So we need to pick up Paul. This will be a good one. We need to make sure we get this one. Okay. feel like we need a bit more evidence. Let's go to bed. Oh, let's pick it up. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... Anyone got the time? Hey, guys, anyone? Fuck, they're all... Nathaniel. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? Not bad at all. Seriously, you should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. Are you listening to... okay. So it's got to be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are. I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay, enough chit chat. I've got to run. I'll call you in 3 days, okay? Understood. Good. Good doggy. She is awful. I'll call you in 3 days and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The deer has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the handset to your ear. I'm forgetting it all. Okay. Right, so the homeless man is not the killer. Okay, so we're just falling asleep, doing the whole little routine of having a cigarette before we fall asleep and sleep through the day, the protests. You open one eye. Okay, so getting up now. Night 4. Okay, so oh, it's giving us a flashing one. Let's go to this one and see what's occurring. Oh, it's I don't know if he's not a suspect anymore, so we don't really need to do it. Let's go and pick up someone else. I don't feel like that was a worthy... Okay, so who have we got here? I feel like if we pick up a woman, it might... Let's pick up her. Seems interesting. And it's pretty close. Okay. Let's accept. So we've got a couple in our car. Right. Next to the movie theatre. Start driving. Okay, the man's snoring. I beg your pardon, this may seem odd, but what do we look like? I mean, he and I, what do we look like? Thank you. I happened upon 2 friends who were making fun of us tonight. We could be mother and son. It's stupid. She hesitates and forget it. Let's let it drop. Sorry to have bothered you with that. Thank you, that's very kind of you. I don't think I've ever met a taxi driver who was so understanding before. I'm serious. I'm too defensive, it's unhealthy, not good. Not for me, nor for... I don't know how to say his name. I love him more than anything, you know. People think, they want to think he's some sort of toy. But he's not a toy. I did not choose him because he's young and chic. I love him, period. Can you understand that? Open up. More than you think. What do you mean? And what is it like for you to be in that position? I mean, I like older women. I mean, in the eyes of others. It's weird. I don't think it's as hard for us. People say things, make fun, but I think a lot of men actually fantasize about it, even if they don't dare admit it to themselves. You think? I work with other taxi drivers, all men. You sense they're becoming more relaxed behind you. Thank you for your honesty. I don't really know how to put words to what I actually feel. I think the problem is me. I don't need a mirror to see it. He's young, he's handsome, he's filled with energy from morning to night. My joints creak, I lose a fraction of eyesight as each year passes. I got lost on my own street the other night. I'm a burden on him. Ooh, should I... thank you. She wasn't expecting and did not want your compliment. Ooh, that was a bad one. What an ass. What if... No, forget it. Wow! Would you mind using this money to take... I don't have the will to do it myself. I need to put an end to this. He deserves someone else. I'm serious. I will take the money. So I'm laying a man... keeping the money. We need to break even. So that was decent. That was a decent ride. Okay. We've got another couple. Do we have anyone else interesting? For some reason she takes my fancy. I don't know what it is. I feel like it could be a good one to pick up. So let's see what we have. Quite a short one, decent money. So we remember her somewhere. Could be. I'm in Port. Oh gosh. A former actress. That's probably why you recognise my face. Yes, I do. A lot. It's my job. I'm proud of what I do, actually. Though I'd be lying if I said it was always easy. But given the state of the industry nowadays, and even then, sometimes it's... Especially with the parents at my son's school, some of the fathers recognise me. Some of the mothers too, for that matter. Usually I can see they're either amused or ashamed, which is too bad either way. What do you mean? Well, everyone loves porn, even if you say you don't. The idea of porn, it's naturally, actually. Well, personally, I think it's natural. But when you talk about it out loud, it gets people all worked up. Just admitting you watch it is an actual feat. These days, for example, the 25 to 35-year-old crowd is really into bisexual threesomes. 2 girls and a guy, 2 girls and a girl, 2 guys and a girl. But who'd be willing to admit they like it, that they watch it, that it turns them on afterwards, you know? But there's no excuse for your lack of tact. The profession has changed a lot since then. I want to bring about even more changes. Before, actresses could count on working for a dozen years or so, 15 if they started young. They'd have a moment in the spotlight and then it was over. The next career step was merely a slow decline. But nowadays actresses want the power, thanks to the media, to streaming and Twitter. I started my own production company and will make porn. Gender positive porn, committed, respectful, some call it feminist, but I'm not sure that's how I describe it. We shoot with pros. We are respectful of our bodies and personalities. Our actresses and actors are paid well. They receive residual earnings. It's brand new at first, it's fresh and it works. Zero tolerance when it comes to some dubious types, to wandering hands, to any assaults on the well-being of our actors and actresses. Respect, diversity, creativity. I spend a lot of money defending our profession, going after sites, illegally broadcasting our videos, making sure pirates are punished. If people just think because it's the internet that it's free, it's available. When the latest book by a certain famous French author comes out, and you know which arsehole I'm talking about, don't you? Well, if parts of the book are made available on the internet, if the final chapter is released where the hero discovers the killer's identity, well, his book stops selling, and since he's a big name author, he has the right to go after the offenders. But what about an actress enjoying sandwich sex with two gorgeous Taiwanese lifeguards? Doesn't that count too? Of course it does. She leans forward. But by the way, do you like that kind of porn? What, Taiwanese lifeguards? That's not really my thing. It's okay to talk about it, you know. It's true, I hardly watch any. Hardly any. Yeah. Come on, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Do you prefer younger women, older women? Alright, fine. Do you watch movies? Do you read magazines? Magazines, but don't you know, it's not the Middle Ages anymore. She smiles. Thanks anyway now, sorry for the personal questions. So we get into... You wouldn't mind staying here until I'm into the building? They're doing work, the lights aren't working. No problem. Thanks, I have to say I've been feeling a little insecure lately. She hesitates a moment. Ooh, I knew one of the victims of the serial killer. I knew her pretty well, in fact. We've worked together and sometimes she babysit my son. You know, she was a great girl. It was... who she was. Ooh, so we've got a new name. Okay, so we're remembering that night. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so... Oh, she's giving me a tiny tip. More than the politician, anyway. But that was a good pickup. We got something out of it, at least. Right, is there anyone... This guy keeps popping up. I feel like it's popping up a bit too frequently. That we might have to go and do a little pickup. Okay, decent. I need a cab, quick. Okay. So I'm in front of the American Embassy. Okay. So he's babbling in English. Sorry, I'm just back in Paris. I've forgotten my manners. Thanks. What's your name, pal? Straight off the bat. Hussein, nice to meet you. He stares at you intently. My name is... He nods slowly. If I reveal my name, I'll be left with no other choice. I'd have to kill you. Pauses way too long to be joking. And then his face creases into a grin. Hey amigo, I'm joking. I work for the CIA, that's all. So let's go. Yeah, you could say that. Well, he's not doing very well at being undercover, is he? He's already given me away. Is that why your French is so good? I speak 8 other languages too. Not bad for a Yankee, eh? Burst into laughter. No wonder I'm a spy, eh, amigo? Okay. Is everything alright? Same as always. I'm only just starting to realise. I don't have any children, amigo, but I've had some under my supervision, kids. One of them is... Ooh. What would you do if your children disappeared? So awful you can't even imagine it. The wrenching sorrow of a parent who loses a child. The first time I saw him, he was beating up a black market supplier. The guy had sold him shoe polish that smelled like shit, and his business depended on the shoe polish. He was always stationed around Krakow Cloth Hall. The Poles call it, I'm not saying that word, call him out to passengers by at the top of his lung. Bogdan. He wasn't the first kid I ever supervised, it was just, there was something different about him. He caught on fast, amigo. Know what I mean? He could think on his feet. He knew when to get tough and when to play dead. Bogdan was like a little Polish monkey. Smart, cunning, fearless, brave, a real comic book hero. His name was Bogdan. Bogdan, I forget. I haven't spoken any Polish since then. You know, amigo, people sometimes make this immediate connection. When I meet Bogdan, that's what happened. He was beating up this supplier and I went over and handed him a Mars bar. That's what we always gave them back then. We had about 5 minutes for a serious talk before the sugar kicked in. That was back in '88. Poland was no longer part of the USSR. The Soviets had lost. What an amazing country, amigo. Have you ever been there? Never. That's too bad. So I've arrived at my destination. Every person is unique. Some are as cool as concrete, others fragile like cut glass. The poles are made of steel. You know, amigo, I'm not just sad, I'm disappointed too. Disappointed? He feels something in his vest. That kid entered my life like a jingle. You see what I mean? Life is like a radio. There are some songs, the interviews, the ads and the jingles. The jingles are short but they stick in your head, you can't get rid of them. Police got him. I trained the kid, then he went and got himself whacked, for his own fault too. I thought he was smarter. And he let himself get pickpocketed a couple of American tourists. Get caught pickpocketing a couple of American tourists, then made a run for it and got shot in the back. Dumbass. I taught this kid everything new, everything, wow, so much for him. Okay, so that was a random, that's an awful tip by an American, you would have expected more. Okay. Wasn't exactly, so let's just check around to see if there's anything else. This guy, he's appeared quite a lot. Yeah. Let's pick him up. Okay, Sonny. Decent fare. Okay, so we start driving. Okay, so we're going to talk about the killer. Having a good evening? Yes, very good. Okay, so he's having a little look at me. You're really a swell guy. You weren't expecting that. By the time you collect your thoughts, the passenger's already far away. He disappears into a building. That was a random one. Decent profit though. Random, very random. Okay. Ooh, this one could be. Okay, let's have a look. He looks a bit dodgy. But we got business type man, and that could be good for clues. Okay. Burnt smell. Oh. Okay. You look around, sniff. Is it coming from outside? As soon as you see a free spot, you park over. You freeze. Something or someone is in your taxi. A woman's voice resonates. I can't. I need a better signal. I'm here. I'm here. Turn around slowly. A young woman has appeared behind you. Don't shout. I'm afraid I'll lose the connection. I don't have much time. Something strange about her. Listen to me carefully. I come from the future and you must know that you met... She stops moving like a computer glitch. That's a weird one. Her reporting has to reveal the existence of underground laboratories. She absolutely must go to Syria. It's essential in delaying the creation of the virus. Other teams are currently... Fuck, we can't seem to stay on target with the timeline we're determined. I have another name on my list. Pauline Hourier. You've never heard of her? I don't have much information on her from this time period, but she was supposed to go meet her future wife in Canada. Pauline is she's central to our plan. Your plan? We don't have much of an impact on the past as would like, but we can make a very slight impact. It's like a hand-woven rug. You have to go line by line, very patiently. Pauline and the others I mentioned have a role to play. And so do you. I do? Yes. Even driver. There's a problem. Shit, our connection. It's falling apart. Shit, what the hell was that? The burnt smell slowly fades. What the hell? Pauline. So okay. I'm gonna go for this woman and hope it's Pauline. That was a weird one. This might be the last customer for the night. So decent. No, I'm going to refuse. I don't feel like that one's really going to get us anywhere. I need to find... I'm going to go for this woman. I don't feel like a couple were going to do much. Okay, so we've got this. The next passenger is heavily pregnant. I'm fine. Things just... So she's a pregnant woman. Just carefully. I know. I'm from the UK. Wait, Manchester. From Manchester. I mean, that's in the UK, but distinctive is important. Especially these days. So the UK and everyone assumes you're from London. Fucking hate London. You're driving around a fair few British people over the years. Most don't speak a word of French. Many have an odd sense of pride of the lack of language. It is true. But accent aside, the young woman behind you is fluent. I didn't mean to offend. She looks away from the window and into your eyes. Don't worry about it, you get used to it. There's worse things you could have opened up with. How far along are you? It's normal for cabby stars to scream personal questions from the get-go. Some people like to talk. Helps the ride pass quicker. Does it now? 7 months. Fuck, feels like 17. You any idea how hard it is going for a piss in a crowded shopping centre, carrying another human around like a fucking personal bus service? Another human whose favourite pastime just so happens to be giving your bladder a swift kick every 20 minutes. It's pretty fucking hard. She's a feisty one, that's for sure. That's her French side. She's half French. Not sure if it's half. I'm the one doing the heavy lifting. But it's definitely a good third, so yeah. So that's why I'm over here. Ahmed insisted the little bugger pops out over here. Gets herself a EU passport. And he needed to get out of the UK after everything that happened. She sighs, fucking Brexit. I swear, every time I talk about Brexit, she kicks the shit out of my fucking womb. But yeah, fucking B word. I mean, no one thought it was actually going to happen. You see the campaigners out on the street, remain and leave, you pass them off as fanatics or something. I wasn't into politics, but when it got on the news every night, something leaks through. Something gets you thinking. Ahmed was more into it than I was, kept bringing home these flyers. Blue for remain, red for leave. That's not exactly correct. Like it was fucking primary school popularity contest or something. You look back and notice her hand go to her mouth. They looked insane. From the outside, I mean, didn't feel insane, not at first. At first it was exciting. Never voted before, couldn't be asked. It was always either this old fuck or that one got in. But this felt real, you know? Like you could actually make a difference. When the result came back, there was about 20 minutes of celebration, and then the brakes kicked in on something harsh. Walking to work that morning, you couldn't help but judge everyone. Like, I wonder which way she voted. There was a couple of fights at work, like proper fights, fists swinging all over the place. If there was one thing insecure, fucking men need it. Something to throw punches about. How did your partner take it? Bad. Worse than me. I hadn't seen him cry before that. Came home from work and just hugged till he stopped shaking. When his gran died, his fucking family dog, never so much as a tear. But this was way too much. Had a cry myself. After it turned out all those twats in London didn't know what the fuck to do next. Yeah, it unravelled pretty quick. Things got really bad afterwards. Ahmed had a few runs in with the Brexiteers, you know, the hardline knobs with Union Jack hoodies and Winston Churchill tattoos. Must just told him to fuck off home. He couldn't deal with that. He'd had the same over here. But one group, we were together one time and a group of them told me to fuck off with him. Called me a traitor. Idiot squared up to them. Things got tense. First time I've ever been glad to see a copper. So yeah, we fucked off. Wasn't worth it over there. Ahmed's job had dried up anyway. No one wanted a half foreigner. Been staying with his lot over here ever since. Spare room. His mum doesn't speak a word of the Queen's. Her dad tries, bless him. They love baked beans. But now this one's almost here. I don't know. I don't fucking know. What would you have done? I mean, if you lot ever had a Frexit or something, how would you vote? Another about how they wanted to regulate the type of cigarettes we can import. Something about the bendiness of bananas even. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it seems to me we would be better off making our own rules. She sniffs. Everyone was so scared. After the vote, yeah, but before and all, we had the Remain side telling us how fucked we were if we left. The Leavers telling us how fucked we'd be if we stayed. But I saw a man raise me and my brother on nothing. Nothing. Benefits didn't amount to anything. No one wanted to help a black single mother provide for her kids. And then we get these fuckers turning up at our house telling us how much worse off we'd be if we leave. I mean, how much worse could it have gotten? When you're in the shit, change becomes very fucking attractive. If you had people offering you the same old, and others pushing for something new, promising change and a new start, how the fuck do you think you're going to vote when the same old ain't giving you shit? What else was I going to do? For the vote, it was about making our own laws again, stopping 200 people 2,000 miles away telling us how to live. It was about making sure we looked after, you know. Mum's always on her pension. I just wanted to do the best by her. There were no talk of stopping anyone who went English living there. It weren't about that to me. And now it's all fact. You pull up to the destination. Sorry about all that. Yeah. At least over here, everything's well. Over there, I don't have to think about it every fucking moment. I never told Ahmed that I, voted the way I did. He wouldn't understand. Really, it's okay. But I appreciate the offer. Makes me feel welcome. A few minutes later, she waddled slowly to the door. 22, I'm just going to call it pence. Not the greatest tip, but we live and learn. Is there anyone interesting? I was going to pick up him, wasn't I? Or should I just... This one's popped up a few times. Let's make our way over here. Annabelle Robert. Do we want to be going to the airport? Decent money actually. Let's get her. Okay, so let's dig into her. Thanks, but I'm going to have to get used to keeping it with me. It's going to be on my back for an entire month. He smiled and started the cab. I'm on my way to Greece to join an NGO rescue vessel. An association that helps migrants trying to make the crossing. I'm going to do a story on them. Oh, are you a journalist? She smiles. Yes, a photojournalist. They make the crossing whenever they get the chance, regardless of the time of year or the weather. The EU has just closed its surveillance and rescue program. Only non-governmental associations are doing anything to help now. So I'm on my way. I volunteered. I even made a fuss to get the assignment. I read first-hand accounts. I talked to journalists who have worked on the subject. I just can't ignore the whole thing. She gives a short laugh. I even played a video game about refugees. Beautifully done. Really powerful. I knew I couldn't just sit back and watch. This was my chance to show the world what's going on there. Oh, sorry, Hey, Dad? I'm in the cab, right? Yeah, I told you. I tried. But he wouldn't change his mind. Come on, Dad. I already told you I'll be fine. They wouldn't be sending me if I were. Come on, Dad, stop. Dad? Listen, everything's going to be fine. I'll be there for 20 days with a group of professionals who have been doing this for years. That's right, a group of rescue professionals. Would you just stop? No, I'll do nothing. Dad, everything will be fine. No, I don't want to talk to Mum. I know what she's going to say. I'll be safe. The only people in danger there are the people they're trying to help. I'm just going to take photos. I'm still gonna... Wait, don't put her on. Mum. She breaks off here. No, I can't call it off. My plane leaves in 2 hours. I'll get fired if I don't go. That's just the way it is. You can say whatever you want, but I'm not going to... No, it's not your fault. You didn't introduce me to photography. It's no big deal, even if I did start there, but... We're about to get to the tunnel. You're going to cut out. Did you hear that? I have to go. I'll call you back as soon as I... That's right, I'll call you back. My parents, they can be a little much at times. Anyway, thanks for jumping in there. If I only had a little time. Time for what? Time to do yoga. It really helps me relax. It's an amazing way to unwind, to calm down and release tension. There must be a yoga room somewhere in the airport. Right, of course. Okay. Any chance of putting on some music? Is that put on some music for her. Let's do a pop. Okay. So we dropped her off. Thank you for getting me out of that horrible phone call. I love my parents, but they're suffocating. My mother is convinced she is responsible for having cursed me with photojournalism. So thank you. I have to go now. I have a feeling my parents are going to call again. Might as well go if in where it's warm and not a disturbance. I will promise. Yeah, that wasn't a great taxi. We need to be a bit more smarter, I guess. Oh, good tip though. We'll take that. Right. Gotta see if there's anyone. Right, I'm thinking of this woman. She's pulled up a lot, but I feel like this might be a woman crossing the street, notices you, then for no apparent reason she changed her mind and turns back on her heels. Decent. Interesting. Should I or shouldn't I? Excuse me. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Everything alright? Yeah, it's just it's a bit hard to understand what's going on with me right now. The West Indies? I'm in shock. No, not the West Indies. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. On the contrary, I'm in love. Out of the blue, just like that. Whereas I'm usually one people fall in love with. I'm demanding, complicated. I always have someone on my mind, but it's never the right person. But this time it's replicable. She's American, lives in Seattle. She's a journalist like me. There's a lot of journalists here. We spent 4 days side by side. Just enough time for the trial to come to an end, for us to wrap up and spend our evening wandering along the banks and surround. Her eyes get a bit misty. It was really cold out, but we didn't even notice. And I just dropped her off at the airport. There, you have it. It was short, intense, we'll probably never see each other again. Maybe it's better this way. Exactly, in the dead of winter. Oh. But that's the idea. Just a fling. Shifts the body. Go, with her. Yes, take a plane, follow her, find her. But, she giggles, what would I tell work? I can't just... Yes, I have time to make up. Comp time. Yes. I mean, why not? She's got a layover in London, has to spend most of the day there. I'll go to the ticket counter and... No, tickets will cost me a fortune. She sighs. I know, I already looked, the next flight is at 6. A fortune. She almost jumps. The love of my life. Just what kind of cab driver are you? Bad choices for the wrong reasons. That's deep. Let me think about it. Do I really need this money? It's money I've saved up to go visit family, but when I'm there, I feel out of place. Like I'm suffocating. Reunion Island, you know where it is? Yes. When I was younger, I thought I'd never be able to leave. And now I feel like going back would be torture. I'm the problem. It just doesn't feel like home anymore. My mum wants me to come every year, and she lets out a sentence hang for a Seattle. I have to go, don't I? You nod. Very well. Then turn around, please. I feel good. For the first time in months, like a weight has been lifted. You say that like it's obvious, like it's natural state. But a lot of people are scared. They're in pain. They're suffering. And you, how are you? It's complicated. Okay, I didn't mean to. We don't have to talk about it. You need my help. You explain the situation, attack the hospital. Of course, you leave out Busset. You don't talk about the wall at the place. I'm doing my own investigation. I didn't cover this story, but I know someone. She gazed deeply into your eyes. The first plane to London doesn't leave until 6. I have time to call my contact. He'll send you what he knows about the judge. Between us though, it's risky. The killer clearly knows people in high places. You nod. And now, all I have left to do is empty my bank account and wait for my plane. Time to go. Ooh, that was a good one. That was worth it. €4. So he's got people in high... Ooh, this is someone. You may know more about your clients. Okay, my foot hit something when I entered the room. An envelope. So, we've got another... Okay, so we need to have a look and see what's given by Julian. Ooh, could be a good one. 5 clues discovered. That is good. Not enough time. Okay, let's look at our board. Well, it is moving. Okay. Victim 1. Victim 1 protected by... So if we move this one here. Death, execution. Don't really... Okay. Weapon, gun. So we move this here. Victim 4. Responsible. Okay, so yeah, we keep this one here. Let's put this one there. For a guard. Okay. Ah, yeah. Victim 1. Man never arrested. Spent bullet cases. Let's put this one over here. Message. Crime scene linked. Okay, yeah, so we got that. No silent. Let's put this here. Killer left the message on chalk on the first 3. Okay. Victim 4, fantastic politician. Interesting. Brett's dad worked on... Oh, okay. That's a good clue. Okay, let's put this here. Okay. Put this one here as well. Message on client, you deserve this. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Fantastic politician. Killer fought with victim 3. Keep that there. Victim. Oh, actually, if we keep killer fought with victim 3, so we've got Claudia's parents died during the gunter. Killer's height is over 180. So killer's height is over 180. Okay, let's end the night. Okay, so we're just doing the old. Okay, so we're waking up finally. Night 5. Let's see what we have in store for us. So we got. Do we have any interesting characters? I'm gonna go for there is. I'm gonna go for this one because there's obviously a woman we need to pick up. Jim A.M. Is that a woman? I'm gonna pick it up. I'm just interested to see if this is a woman or a man with very long hair. Oh, it is a man. Northern entrance. Looks like a woman. Is it? That is a woman. You'll be open for me, my dear. Oh, this guy's a bit weird. Okay. No thank you, it's fine. But I'm a little hungry. They do, I've tried it, but it wasn't to my liking. What is your liking? Anywhere with meat on the menu? Any suggestions? A kebab? Absolutely not. What I want is a good piece of meat, real meat, delightfully rare and juicy. Find a place where we can both eat now. I know a place. There's a steak place. Open all night long. Excellent. Would you at least agree to have a drink with me? Well then, just a coffee it would have to be. Turn it onto the street. Okay, this is a bit weird, but we're going to run with it. So we're going into a restaurant. The coffee for the gentleman. How did he know how I like my coffee? Okay, so we've pulled up to this Robert Johnson, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse. Your passenger seems to have been personally acquainted with all those great 25 Club musicians fated to die young. It's a weird one. I'm not sure what all that was about. Okay, let's have a look and we see anyone interesting. Not really. This one seems to pop up a few times. So we're gonna go figure out. Amira somewhere far away and fast. Okay, so she seems to have problems. Okay, so she jumps in. Good evening. So I'm driving along. Is it a concert? No, it's not a concert. I just want to go home as quickly as possible. Ooh, I should have asked if she was okay. I screwed up. I totally screwed up. I threw away 3 years of training. I burned thousands of euros in. No, I made the right choice. I did what I had to. Actually, I had no other choice. It's just that I refused. No, that's not where the story starts. I refused 500,000 euros, but that's not the important part. It's an esports champion. I paid to play a video game. I'm paid to play a video game. The game I play, Battles of Lost Legend, is a sort of chess game with 16 players at once. It's pretty epic to watch. I bet. Anyway, I'm French champion, European champion. Tonight was the World Cup and I won. There were 17,000 people in the room, footage being broadcast throughout the world. When we were about to go on stage, I had to talk about what was happening in China. They're locking Muslims up in labour camps. That's what's happening. China is immense. There are a dozen of different people and cultures. One of them is Muslim Chinese people. Yeah, I know it. Seems weird. And the problem is that Battle of Lost Legend is bankrolled by the Chinese company. At first it was a French series and they got bought. And now it belongs to the Chinese company. The championship, the sponsors, the marketing, the 500,000 euros. Now it's all... Yeah, that's it. Tainted. Soiled. I couldn't take the money. I couldn't take it. I'm a Muslim and no, that's not even it. I simply can't accept this situation. Just like I couldn't accept the terrorist attack, so I took to the streets, I protested. I can't just do things halfway. I can't be outraged without doing something about it. So I went on stage, I grabbed the mic, thanks to the team, my coach, my parents, and I said what I just said to you. He was probably a bit confused, probably a bit awkward. Her phone starts vibrating again. I do remember saying, ergu. I'm not sure about the rest. They tried to stop me, tore the mic out of my hands and got off the stage. The room was dead silent. They screamed at me, someone shook me. They'll take my money away, my win too probably, they'll give it to someone else. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Thank you. You did the right thing. The right thing? What do you know about it? 10 minutes ago you didn't even know what they were. So shut your goddamn mouth. Wow. Oh, she gave me a tip at least. Right. What the hell is that? Do I have anything flashing? No. What is... I'm gonna go to this because it looks a bit weird. So we're gonna have a little look. It's like a robot. Am I picking up a robot? We shall see. I'm going to... No, I'm going to refuse. I don't feel like that's a good one to do. I want to pick up this woman here. I feel like she's, from her face, she seems like she's a bit angry. Ugh, it's a couple. Do I want a couple? Alice and Rotty. That name's familiar. We are going to accept it. Okay. A few minutes, a few streets later, the woman explodes. I still can't believe it. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. How dare you do that to us? To me and your father. How dare you? Do you realise what you did, Hyuga? Do you realise everything we do for you? All of the sacrifices we make, all the money we spend, all the time we spend getting you to those activities of yours. We're bleeding ourselves dry so you can get an excellent education. And you go around biting your classmates. Stop it this minute. I'm a werewolf. No, you are not. You're a young boy. That's right, a young werewolf. It's not funny. Your little game doesn't amuse me one bit. And what in the world did you pick up all that bush nonsense here? A video game? Is that it? Or a movie? Answer me. A movie. I knew it. Where did you see that movie? Answer me when I speak to you. At Paul Amelia's. Paul's house? I'm not surprised. His parents are in the middle of a divorce. Oh. Paul is my friend. He is not anymore. You won't be seeing him again for that matter. Oh. Please stop making that animal sound, will you? I'm not an animal, I'm a werewolf. No, you need to make friends with someone more interested in that little shit Paul. The Iranian embassy's son, for example, you know, his name is Kaveh. Yes, right. The kid you bit so hard he bled. When you're all over that, we'll invite him over. I'm sure he's an interesting child and well behaved. What's so funny? Then stop laughing like that all the time. You look like a moron. I'm laughing because Kaveh is a werewolf too. Now what are you talking about? You know I bit him, so he's going to turn into a werewolf. Oh. You stop that right now. You're 5 years old. You're not a baby anymore. When your father gets back from New York, he's going to have something to say about all this. You'll see. Excuse me, did I ask for your opinion? No, but if I feel like yelling, I yell. This is a complete madness. A taxi driver telling me how to raise my son. Stop the car here, please. I'll take you however I want. As for you, you're lucky I don't report you to your employer. Keep the change. Take a good look at that man who, if you don't work hard at school, you end up like him. Come on, let's go. No tip. Typical. Right. Him again. Okay, do we have any... I'm gonna pick him up again. We picked him up, what was he? He was someone interesting. Who's saying taxi? Ah, CIA agent. Looks like I made a mess of things again. You married, amigo? Got a girlfriend? That's too bad. A good-looking guy like you too. All alone. What a waste. Maybe it's the booze, amigo, but I can't get this woman out of my head tonight. Man, what a woman. I'm not going to tell you where she's from. You'll just ask a ton of questions. And if you ask questions, I'm going to have to lie to you, pal. And with you, I don't want to lie. You look like you're a sheep type. I love that French expression. Cheap type. A good guy. It all starts in this place in Africa. Between you and me, pal, I really like Africa. People there are more alive, serious. You just need to spend a couple of weeks there, no more than that, or you'll go nuts. We're working with this minister there. Not a sheep type like you. A traitor. A real son of a bitch. Anyway, the guy was getting difficult. We had two choices, either convince him to see our way, or sabotage his car. That's what makes work in Africa so easy. The cars, I mean. Every continent has its own little quirk, a way of getting things done without any trouble. In Africa, it's the cars, so I contacted the minister's family and met his wife. She was so beautiful, amigo, she's such a beauty. There was this fierceness in her eyes, know what I mean? An animal spirit. She said she didn't like the Americans, preferred the French with their straightforward ways. She made me laugh. When someone dies in Africa, there's always a Frenchman in the picture, either supplied the bullet, the gun, or the guy who got shot. She was so beautiful. I loved her. I love like Nova, amigo, Nova. We sabotaged his car. It hit a tree at 180. Wow. There wasn't much left of her husband, amigo. I don't know what happened to her. Life that has its own internal logic, you know. This bar, amigo, it's run by Russians. From the Soviet era. The boss spent 10 years in the Gulag. Can you imagine? The Russians, those guys really know how to deal with prisoners. That's where I would have sent this traitor, Snowden. And now, it's the Russians who are protecting him. Anyway, who cares? He was a traitor, a real son of a bitch. Not a word about what I told you tonight, okay? Not a word to anyone about this dive. Right. I do need to go to the gas station, it looks like. For some reason the petrol has decided to run out quite fast. Okay. Let's fill it up. This is gonna eat away at my profits. Damn. This seems like an expensive one. Right. That's it. We're good. Okay, so what should we do? Got this old lady, got this guy. This one seems quite interesting. Could be a business type. Starts tingling, someone is watching you. Venus familiar, dare to glance behind you. He is there. So Judas, happy to see me again? No worries, I won't be here too long. Every once in a while I picture us on the night Dad died. You remember? Your mouth is burning like you have hot coals on your tongue. I remember. All that hate you had built up inside. It was incredible. Natural? He smiles at you. To feel so much hate while you were becoming an orphan? You're fucked up. Plus, all that hate, it was aimed at me. You threw it all in my hands. I wanted you dead. I wanted to poke your eyes out. You see his teeth flash in the rearview mirror, but you only had his eyes for Mum and everyone else. You could tell they weren't doing well. That they didn't get it. Yeah, right, like I'm going to stop. Every time neighbours, friends came to the door to offer their condolences, they said they were very sorry that he was too young. You wanted to scream at them, tell them they didn't understand anything, but you kept your mouth shut, didn't you? That's exactly how you should have reacted. Shame, you're 15 years too late. He is almost whispering now. You were always the weaker of us two. You see, our brother, he was the devil incarnated, but he always practiced what he preached. If you were him, you would already have stopped the killer with your balls alone. But no, you preferred to make a deal with the police, with every bastard in the city of Paris. You're gonna die alone, man. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna hang around. That's weird. That is very weird. So, okay. Right. Let's just check before I pick up that guy again. Right, yeah, let's go for it. Where is it? Here. He seems like someone we could get some information out of. Shingi Kuramada. Oh no. Do we really? Actually, no. I don't feel like Japanese guy is going to really give us much. Who else have we got here? Who's this? Who's this fella? I feel like we haven't got enough information. I need to get out of here. Ooh, this one could be good. Super, I'm the one you're waiting for. Be right here. You can start driving. Pretty good, yeah. I screwed up a little, but all in all, it was a good evening. You? Okay, alright, come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're on to me, and you know it. I'm the Masked Joker. The Masked Joker, the hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful, no? No, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio and in the newspapers, I think. I protect people, I'm the Guardian, like a superhero. No, I don't have any superpowers. But it's the same idea. Yes, I mean, for the moment, I mostly take care of small-time crooks, pickpockets. Not very prestigious, but you have to start somewhere. So how about the name? You like it? It's Joker, like the card, and a mask because I'm wearing a mask. I see, I wanted something that wasn't too problematic. I did a lot of brainstorming and came up with the Masked Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everyone likes. You have to make sacrifices if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school anyway. At school? Yeah, and ENK. Shit, I almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went about telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne. I'm getting all mixed up. I think I'm hurt. No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out the window like that. But you're already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. Pull over right there in front of the driveway. Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes and I have everything I need to take care of myself. One last thing, please don't say anything about ENKID. Enkid. I'm trying to lead a double life. And it's not super easy. Perfect, I hope to. See you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. I'll be much better soon, no worries. You're really a classy guy. Okay, not the best money, but do need to pay off. Ooh, we've got a shining one. Okay. Let's see how much profit we've lost. Feels like I'm always losing money. Okay. Right. I felt that that wasn't a great night. 2 locations discovered. Right, let's get to the board. So kernel. So we want this to be here. So we need to look at okay. So yeah, we got this one should just be here. Let's put this one here as well. Let's put this here. Okay, we don't. Oh, this one can go over here. Okay, and we got. Move this one here. We haven't got anything there for her. Okay. Killer fort with victim 1. Killer's height. So we got that. What else do we have here? And then, okay. Let's put that one there as well. So we've got decent sort of so everyone's under okay. Let's end this here. Let's go to sleep, do our... Okay, now we're waking up. We need to definitely have a good night of trying to get information. Ooh, look what we've got here. So we've got 2. If I get... Let's go to him first. Okay, let's just take him. We didn't take him last time. He's the homeless guy. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, thanks. Some days are like that. Everything goes your way, hey? Belly is full, your buddies are around to help you, you're not cold. And then you know, you get good news. Oh really? Really? Something you're glad to hear? Well, out with it then. Well, it's my ex-wife, she just got married again, and a real love story and all that, just the way we like 'em. She sometimes comes around with stuff for me, she told me. She was embarrassed. She gave me a blanket, a few books, some canned food, ravioli. Does she do that often? Yeah, from time to time when she comes to Paris. Whore. What? Didn't you just say whore? No, don't worry about it. I was thinking about something else. You can pull over here, I don't want you to get into any trouble. Good night, and thanks again, Ken. He smiles, gives you a smile. Okay, that was a waste. Right, but it does lead to this area. So this is I'm getting out of the cab. Helene, I'm not going to lie, I was surprised by your request. You don't smoke anymore? Listen, I'm sure you know I'm not allowed to give you this kind of information, but if what you said was true, then you think about her body, her habits, how she used to call you in the middle of the night. I fished around then. The first 3 victims were not part of the data leak. Shit. Shit indeed. This means the information about Basson, Bahrain and the Argentinian one. Gorodishkia. Yeah, that one. It all came from someone who had access to their criminal records. That help? Yeah, it's better than nothing. You should come over sometime. What do you think? Yeah, of course. Give me a call when all this is over. I've got to run. You too. Also, you should stop smoking. It's bad for your health. You wave. She goes back into the archives. Ooh, so we've got some good information here. That's what we like. We've got another one here, over here. Let's take a wander. Okay. Okay, what should we do? Let's look for another entrance. We didn't play that very well. We got messed up then. Not great. It's the American dude. Let's go pick him up. I feel like there's something. If we keep picking him up, I think he's going to say something. He's going to give us some good information. It's always reeking of alcohol. Looks like I made a mess of things again. I've been overdoing it a little late. The doctor tells me I need to lay off the booze or I won't make it through the year. I was speaking Spanish all day. I've got a splitting headache. My buddy from Cuba and me, we were at this meeting, went on forever. Oh, that. Can't talk about that yet, Migo. But maybe tomorrow you hear something on the radio. You'll say to yourself, of course, it's Milo, he's the one, and you'll be right, I will be. I'll give you a clue though, it has to do with Cuba. We should have kept Cuba. Kept Cuba? Yeah, like 100 years ago, it belonged to the good old US of A. Didn't you know? I mean, it wasn't exactly ours, but it was sort of. Ours, you know what I mean. We helped them gain independence, gave them a lot of help, in fact, military boats. They were the good old days. I bet you don't even know all the American mafiosi moved there. Mafiosi? Yeah, the Italians know what I mean. Like the movies, Don Corleone and all that. Cosa Nostra had casinos there in the 50s. You know, you could go for a weekend, fat wad of cash, change your hands and all. 1940s, boy. They sure were the good old days, the entire decade was. I'm not talking from personal experience, of course. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't even born back then. When I first joined the company, the old timers, they're all they ever talked about. The good old days, the suits, the big cars, how they'd get back to Miami on Monday mornings, go straight into the office. I missed out on all that. But today, that's a thing of the past now. Today we make plans and presentations, we produce statistics and spreadsheets. We take turns, my turn one day, yours the next. It's not the same anymore. You have to change with the time. Or retire and blow all your savings on booze. I'm a government facilitator. Help people make the right choices by getting rid of the competition. Believe me, and this is coming from American, nobody likes competition. Competition is just a way of getting people all worked up. It keeps them busy. Control is what it's really all about. Last stop, amigo. You pull over, the street is dark and lifeless, perfectly quiet. You see that little side street over there? The best bar in Paris is on it. It's run by Venezuelans. The owner, he could have been finance minister, you know. But instead he runs the best joint in town. And all because the CIA prefers meetings and spreadsheets. Tough luck for the Venezuelans, and so much the better for me. Okay. Right. Seems he keeps popping up, but I feel like I want. Oh, this is exactly what I want. We need this guy. Is he not gonna? Yes, perfect. Take our way down. I think he is the third suspect. Yeah, this guy is a retired policeman. Okay, let's see. No more than usual. Oh, say, are they finally taking that down? What was it before? When I first came to Paris, it was a thrift store. You could buy pants there for just a £3. But for years, it's been a sex shop. One of the first in Paris, actually. I think they filmed some famous movies there. That was all before the internet, now online. Yeah, they're probably going to put in the cell phone shop or one that sells electronic cigarettes. Go figure. I'm surprised it stayed open for so long. I mean, since the hostage situation, it must have attracted some shady fellas. The kind who like to jerk off where 2 cops got taken out. Yeah, they didn't talk about it much at the time though. You'll understand why. We got calls from the neighbours of the sex shop. They couldn't stand the noise anymore. Day and night, people go in and out most of the time. They were quiet, but there were always noisy ones. And the booths were soundproof. Hey, after a few months, the women upstairs knew all the films. There were some high society types there. The shop had a few films for gay people, for single women, the cream of the crop. Okay, so anyway, one evening, one of the neighbours takes his daddy's rifle from its wall mount and goes outside. He fires a warning shot that breaks part of the front window that goes in. The guy had bloodshot eyes and was foaming at the mouth. He demanded the owner close the shop immediately. He said he wanted to sleep, cleanse the earth of these perverts. The fellow was basically having a psychotic episode in front of about 15 clients. We got there about 10 PM, evacuated the street, got the response team ready. And back then it wasn't like it is today, you know, with helmets and tiny cameras and those little flying whatchamacallit. Yeah, that's it, drones. Yeah, so back then they didn't have any of that stuff. The plan was just to go in and take pot shots at everyone. My chief, great guy, taught me everything I know, well, almost. He took the megaphone and started talking to the hostage taker. He told them he needed to let the civilians go or someone would get hurt, and no one wanted anyone to get hurt. The hostage taker said, okay, let me see, I'll free the first woman. I'll free the women first. He went back in, we got ready, put on our bulletproof vests, checked our weapons. It looked like we were getting ready for an old style duel. What nobody knew was that there was 2 fellow cops inside already in the crowd. They were not interested in being released. Since the hostage situation started, they'd been trying to find a way to escape out the back. They were ashamed to be there. They said to themselves that they couldn't approach the hostage taker and take him. They evacuated the building before the police officially got there. But the guy with the rifle was not a newbie. He was a Boy Scout and his father taught him how to fight. His father fought the Nazis. He wanted to fight the hippies, classic. He could see the 2 cops were a bit worked up, were speaking in hushed voices, so he pulls one of them aside and decides to let him go. The policeman flunders. He asks the hostage taker to take one of the 4 women in the shop instead of him, but he won't have it. So they were outside when all of a sudden out came Michel, the deputy chief of police. His shirt was untucked and he had this stupid look on his face, and then the guy behind me started to laugh. The hostage taker fired. First time in my life I saw a skull from inside. The brains and blood strewed all over the sidewalk. I tossed my cookies. I mean, hey, I've only been on the force for 2 years, you understand? I wouldn't have wanted to change places with the guy behind me who was laughing. We never knew who it was. There were a lot of rumours, even one saying it was me. But it wasn't. I didn't know Michelle for starters. Not well anyway. The other cop, the one who was still in the sex shop, he attacked the hostage taker in the shop. Another rifle shot and, well, our brother spent 6 weeks in intensive care before he croaked. As for the hostage taker, I think he must be out of jail by now. A real psycho, high on all sorts of pills, not a pretty sight. They redid the sex shop after, and since then anyone from the squad who came in always got a little discount. At least they could do, when you think about it. I've never been myself. Actually, I avoided even going down the street so I wouldn't have to think about that day again. It's almost like a bouquet of poppies, big red and black flowers. It's odd that I think of poppies considering what they mean. You know, each flower is a symbol, has meaning, and believe the poppy symbolises peacefulness. I'd have to check. My ex-wife left me a book about it. Don't know why I held on to it. Yep. Alright, I'm off. Well, he didn't give me a good tip. But that was an interesting one. Do I have... I don't have him anymore available. Let's pick up him. Carlo. Okay, he doesn't say where he wants to go. Interesting. Ah, it's another drunk one. Hey buddy, tell me, any chance you've seen my phone? What an idiot, I lost it earlier, not here, at the bar. Or somewhere. Or at the bar. She's gonna kill me. Oh fuck, that hurts. Seriously, man. Yeah, no, see, my wife? She told me not to come home too late, made me swear, cross my heart, the whole 9 yards. She just had a baby. We just had a baby, you know. She's the one who carried it. We didn't find it in the street or anything. It's the cutest little baby, but I'm done spending my nights wiping its ass. So when my colleagues invited me out, well, I mean, I went with them, right? He shakes his head, disgusted. You gotta help me, I have to prepare an alibi. An alibi? Yeah, an alibi, an explanation for where I was tonight and what I did. She doesn't so she doesn't beat the shit out of me. Dude, I'm serious, you gotta help me. Very well. Seriously. Seriously. Holy shit. Awesome. Okay. First we need to start with internet connection restored. Hey. Yeah, I'm here. The main question is this goes, why didn't I call my wife? That's where we need to begin. What about work emergency? I work in the movie business for a production company. She'll never buy it. 5 years of higher education, a 250-page thesis on Soviet film director, and now I take care of film and permits for Hollywood mega blockbusters. There are no work emergencies, nothing I do matters. Why didn't I call my wife? Yeah, but I lost it after. That's it. She doesn't have to know I lost it after putting back a few. You, my friend, are a genius. Okay, right, so how did I lose my phone? Yeah, I got my phone stolen. Like, I left it on the table at lunch and bam, gone. That's already happened to her, so she can't get on my case about it. Okay, we're good on the phone. But I still need to explain why I didn't call. I mean, she knows I know her number. I'm not sleeping, I swear, I'm thinking. I've got to explain why I went out with my colleagues and couldn't call her. I thought we're almost there. Shit, quick. Oh, something happened to me at the bar. That way she'll get that wasn't my fault, right? That I had no choice. Oh shit, I've got it. I ran into someone I knew at the bar and we had a few drinks. It was a crazy day, just crazy. But who? Perfect, great. I know exactly who to choose. Damien. No, Damien works in marketing. Daniel, an old college friend. Haven't seen him in years. I think he became a dentomologist. Like the Tick, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. Yeah, that's it. Entomologist. Yeah, I'll tell her I ran into Daniel, and that we spent the evening just talking, and it was a really good friend and all. She'll be down with that. She's always telling me my friends are luscious, but Daniel, he's the real thing, and he's trying to save endangered species. My wife will totally get into that. Okay, so we're good. I have my excuse for the phone. I have my excuse for being busy all evening. Now I just need an excuse for staying out so late. That's not enough? No, dude, not at all. I need something more solid, you know? Something that pulls the lie together, man. Lying to your wife is like a magic trick. You can't just saw the lady in half, you have to turn the box around too. I mean, the lady's got to think it's funny, like laugh out loud, hilarious. I'm cut in half and I'm still shake my feet. I need a strong finale, something like well, something you know. Dude, you rock. Honest to God, it was terrifying. Terrifying. I was walking home since the metro was closed and I heard footsteps behind me, like someone who's copying my pace. I turned around and saw a shadow disappear into an alley. Since there's a serial killer on loose, I was obviously scared. I sped up, didn't hear anything more. I got to the entrance to our building and when I went to open the door, I heard a sort of husky breath on the back of my neck. I leapt into the lobby and pushed the door shut. Baby, all I could think about was you and the baby. I was so scared. And then I take her in the arms. You hear that, man? You hear what a kick-ass screenwriter I'd make? As it colour fib this year, but it is without a doubt the finest near perfection. She eats it right up like child's play. It all begins with a movie opening scene. Main character. So he's just talking about rubbish from me. I should have stopped him. Daniel. Yeah, you remember him? An old friend who came, entomologist. Too late. Hurries home, misses the metro and notices a shadow on the tail. Convinced him. You know, my friend, I think we have just constructed the perfect lie. She'll buy it in a second. It's just the... It's just the right mix of normal and bizarre. It's awesome. He pays and opens the door. Thanks for everything, man. I couldn't have done it alone, thank you. Decent tip, I guess. Nothing too magic. Right. Okay, what have we got? Anything interesting? This woman seems to be popping up a bit. I feel like we do need to speak to a woman. Driver Sir, the 16th. Okay. Good evening, good day. Tell me, good fellow and driver, would you be so kind to take me to Rue Parisienne, number 96? Sure. Sorry to bother you and disturb you, but I was wondering if you'd be willing to answer a few short questions and queries. Thanks for opening up to me and being open-minded too. Good day and good evening. Do you think that building roller coasters is a normal thing to do? What? Apologies, sir. Perhaps my query and question aren't clear. Let me try again. No, it's fine. I understood the question. It's just... I had no idea. It's a pity and too bad. My question mustn't bother you and disturb you, otherwise it won't work. Let's say we try another question, if that's agreeable to you. Good day and good evening. Why have you yet to colonise the satellite you call the moon? Not you personally, of course, but you as a species. It's too expensive. It's very expensive, of course, but the potential profits and gains are enormous. Just imagine having breakfast looking down at the planet Earth. The beauty of it would make you realise how precious and unique your planet is. Which brings me to my last question and query. Good day and good evening. Why is it your own individual freedom more important to you than that of your species and community as a whole? You are surprisingly honest and frank. I know the people who live in this city. I could count the number of people willing to make a sacrifice for another person's well-being on a single hand. Thanks, H. Sorry, I forgot. You didn't want that information and knowledge to get out. Meeting you and making your acquaintance was a memorable experience. That's a weird one. That was a very weird person. Decent tip, I guess. Okay, yeah. You now know more about your clients. I'm sure I'm making a loss every night. Okay, we've got a new envelope that we can see. So we're going to open this up and find some more information, hopefully. So, oh, I thought I had an envelope. Guess not. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we need more information. Oh, the phone rings. Hello? Hi. So, yeah, I'm going for him. Yes, it is. Okay, so I've... Right, so we've fallen asleep. So, open one eye. So we're getting up now. Night 7. Is there anything interesting around? You exit your place and see Bustet leaning up against your cab. You and I had a deal. The intel you gave me was total crap. Clearly I should not have trusted you. Believe me, the DA is dying to meet you. Okay, so that's it. That is the game. I failed. I have been arrested and they've done me for the murders when I wasn't the guy. They've screwed me. So there's definitely need to play the game different. I think there's a lot of different ways I need to go about the game, but it was enjoyable. It's different. I quite liked it, but yeah, it's an interesting game. I think the clues could be a bit better, but yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you liked the game. The ending was a bit weird. I didn't really enjoy the ending. Thought it was a bit short and it didn't really do anything, but other than that, for a pretty cheapish game, it was decent enough. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I know it's out on GamePass at the moment if you did want to play it, and yeah, subscribe, show me some love, and let me know if there's any other type of games you want to see me play in the future.